My name's Elli and I'm from CultureWorks, and CultureWorks have been responsible for project managing and facilitating the Festival City projects, working with the Norfolk and Norwich Festival. Festival City is a Heritage Lottery funded project through their Young Roots initiative, and it's all about engaging young people in their own heritage and the things that have gone on in the past. So for the festival, it was about looking at the Norfolk and Norwich Festival right from 1772 through to 2011, and particularly looking at the heritage venues that the festival use as performance spaces. So we were looking at the St Peter Mancroft, the Cathedral, but also urban spaces like the Forum Amphitheatre and Chapelfield Gardens. We're working with the YMCA, so working with young people that perhaps are excluded from education or have been out of employment for a long time, or are just looking at developing their skills so that they've got things that they can put on their CV, or ways of getting their foot into the door of employment, further education, whatever their aspirations might be. We were trying to encourage young people to look into heritage, so to learn heritage skills. So that was everything from research to handling really old documents, to try and find the facts that interested them and then use that within their creative work. We recruited across 3 YMCA hostels, and we looked to work with 25 young people between the ages of 17 to 25. It's not always easy to get young people to engage in history, so how did we do it? What we decided we'd do is we look at the gory elements of Norwich history by going on a ghost walk. We looked at the plague pits that are outside the Norfolk and Norwich Festival office. We walked around the cathedral spaces and heard all about the different ghosts. And from there we did a presentation, and we asked young people to select whether they wanted to take part in photography or whether they wanted to take part in radio production. We also chose 5 young heritage leaders who have helped us drive the project. This was a really important project for the festival, to look at particularly engaging young people that perhaps haven't been to the Norfolk and Norwich Festival before, or think that it's perhaps not for them. So it was about working with young people that are affected by homelessness. The YMCA and the festival have done a very small project together last year where we encouraged young people to come and volunteer. They did so well. We wanted to look at how else we could involve them in the festival, and also work with the festival to look at how they engage this target audience and how they engage young people to come to the performances, come to the exhibitions. So hopefully there's been learning on every side from us as an organisation, the young people and the festival. So after the festival and after they've edited their photos and putting their podcasts together, we also developed a production group, and the production group were responsible for putting together and marketing Festival City, which is the name of our exhibition, which is going to be in the Forum for 3 days. They've even designed the private view invite, they've worked with East Publishing to put the brochure together, and they've also worked out where each of the 96 photographs, which are theirs and also some of the professional photographers, where they're going to be in the Forum. And also they're going to do things like write press releases and gather press. So a really important vocational experience that they're very much in charge of. I think it's been really, really important for the young people to work with industry standard professionals. So people that are working in the industry but also have experience in education and engaging young people that perhaps haven't had a particularly great time previously in education. So with Andy Sapie, our photographer, the young people responded to him really, really well, because they were able to see his photographs out and about. You know, they could go onto websites of bands and see his photos. So already he was somebody that they respected in terms of his creative work. And also at the festival they were able to work alongside him. So he'd been booked by the festival as a professional photographer, and our young people went in as event photographers, and for them to be able to see how he did his job and what he was doing was such an important experience for them. And one of them's saved up and bought their own camera. Another has asked that he wants to do work experience with him. And at the end of his sessions, one of them came up to me and said, "We've been told God, we're not going to see Andy anymore. Is this true? You know, it's had such an effect on them working with somebody like that. And also Andrew Todd up at Future and learning about everything behind a radio station. And I think what the tutors have done is not only train them up on industry standard equipment, but give them aspirations about things that they might be able to do in the future. It's been a fantastic project to work on as a professional. I've learned a lot about the things that young people enjoy. I haven't been surprised at the results that they've achieved. I think we always knew that they were going to do that, but it's fantastic for me to hear somebody like Andy Sapey say to a young person, I've got picture envy, and to see that young person puff up because they know that Andy is somebody that works with many, many professionals, has his work published everywhere, and Andy thought that he couldn't take this shot that this young person has taken. Getting to know the young people has been fantastic, and being able to be on their journey with them. There's been highs, there's been lows when I've been trying to round them all up, to make sure they're there on time. A lot of these young people's lives are very, very chaotic, and we've had to work with that, but I think that's been one of the fantastic things about Festival City, is it's been set up in such a way that we are able to do that. And I think every young person has a different reason for being here, but every young person has achieved something. So whether that's from attending capoeira now, through to getting a job, moving on to for a flat, or simply knowing that perhaps creative education is an area that they want to work in. 5 of the young people have asked me if they can take part in our workshop assistant training programme, and have said this is never something that I'd have thought about, but for me it would really, really work. I'd love to be a workshop assistant and share my skills with other young people, and I can see a job that I'd be good at and want to do, and that's a fantastic thing to hear. And I'll be very, very proud when we walk into the forum and see all their photos, because I know sort of the blood, sweat and tears that have gone into that. And I think the young people should all be very, very pleased of what they've created, because I know we as a team really are.